Yo, what's going on, guys? Here we are back 2 nights in a row because I'm not going to be on till Sunday after this. Let me just turn this music down a little bit. Better, can't hear myself think. One important thing I realised that I haven't done yet is I haven't raced in RaceRoom Racing Experience since they updated with full triple screen support. They haven't raced. I've fired it up and driven a couple of test laps, but haven't actually had a full race. Excuse me. I also realise that I haven't actually driven at Anderstorp, which is one of the new Swedish tracks that's been in the game for a little while now. And just before we went live there, I did run round a couple of laps, but I can't claim to know my way around the track very well at all. It's a bit of a strange track. You'll see what I mean. So we're going to jump into a race. As you can see on the screen here just now. Let me just get RaceRoom. Okay, let's mute that. So, as you can see at the moment, we have jumped straight into the race. We haven't qualified, so we'll be starting at the back of the grid. I can't remember how many cars are on the grid. 5-lap race around Anderstorp. Pretty difficult tracks from the couple of laps that I just ran. So all we've done is to the car is changed our fuel. 6 laps to give us enough for the race. That is literally all I have changed. Still no option to change the tyre pressures in RaceRoom, which I think's absolutely nuts. Considering it's one of the most basic things that you can change in a car setup. But never mind. So we are going to be racing the Nissan Skyline GTR R32, the original Godzilla, and probably my favourite car of all the cars in all the sims that I have. Absolutely love driving this car. Loads of straight line speed, fantastic mechanical grip, bit of turbo lag. What more do you want? Anyway, we can have a look at the lineup here quickly. We're going to be racing against the Volvo 240, the BMW 635 CSI, the legendary M3 E30, some other Skylines, and that is it. We're starting dead last in 13th place. Here we go then. Let's give this a try. Godzilla takes on Sweden. We get an awful start. track does have a massive straight on it that we're about to come on to now. Kind of need to get a good run onto. Of course the Skyline had massive straight line speed. Easily its strongest point. So come into the hard braking zone for the first time. Run a little bit wide. God, that's not good. Going to live to regret driving around a track that I don't actually have a clue my way around. To be honest, this is more just to have a test with the newly implemented triple screen support in RaceRoom. One of the reasons that I hadn't played this game for quite some time actually was since I changed to triples earlier on in the year, I pretty much abandoned the game, which is a real shame because I think it's got a lot going for it. Force feedback is so customisable. The sounds and bit of a punterino. The sounds in this game are the best of any sim. And with this triple screen support, I mean, it just looks amazing. It's also, along with the triple screen support, it did also get an upgrade from a 32-bit application to a 64-bit, which allows it to address more memory. I notice a big difference in the game just as we do the same as we did in the first lap, so if I make a mess of that. Yeah, I just think it seems to be running a lot smoother. I did expect it to be a bit worse with the triple screens, considering it's rendering all the screens individually. And I did expect to maybe have to turn down some of the graphics settings, but to be honest, I'm still running everything pretty much maxed out like I did on a single screen, so... Oh, the AI giving each other a little bit of a shunt there. Don't drink and drive. Well, I do have a nice cold beer sitting next to me right now, so... Now this last corner is so tight. Oh, so slow. Managed to take 3 places there. Another one going into turn 1. Try and get a good run out of this corner here. I've got no idea what the corner's called. Got to run on these boys. Try and not outbrake ourselves for the 3rd time in a row. Nice and early. Oh, that's a little bit better. Oh, as someone comes up the inside. BMW giving us a bit of a tag. Love getting on the gas early in this Nissan GTR and then just letting it hang loose a little bit. Of course the 4-wheel drive kicks in when it needs to in this car. It's not permanent. Bounce it off the limiter. BMWs are a little bit more agile through the corners than what we are. We absolutely destroy them in the straight as I get absolutely tagged. No idea what he was attempting there. Oh god, run wide again. Didn't expect to do very well in this race, just because it being a track that we really don't know. Seems like the AI has no idea how to take the final corner. I know you can't see obviously the triple screens that I can, but let me just tell you, this is as good as any other sim out there. Now, they've not managed to build the the user interface for the triple screen support yet. It's still controlled via custom launch options. Sorry, I can see a BMW deciding he wants to dive bomb me. Yeah, so they've not built it into the user interface yet. It is a custom launch option that you have to set in Steam, but to be honest, it's pretty straightforward to understand. It just looks like a random list of numbers and stuff, but there is a good thread by Sector 3 on what each of the numbers means. You pretty much measure your monitor's height, width, the bezel distance, the distance from your eyes to the middle monitor, and then the angle of the side two monitors. Not really much to go wrong with that. Just got to get a measuring tape out. Oh, a bit too ambitious through there. We're up to P5, come on to the last lap. But yeah, apart from setting the launch options in Steam, that's pretty much all that I've had to do. Just fired up the game and it just worked. Just map a couple of buttons to move your chair up, down, left, right, to get it the way that you would really like, and you're good to go. Out drag the Volvo. Now this is the leading pack up front. Can't see us catching them, so it's not going to be a podium finish as we just let the let it drift round that corner. Oh, third place could be on. Oh, yes. Well, P3. I think considering the total lack of knowledge, starting last, and quite a handful of mistakes, I'm going to take that. Skyline, absolutely beautiful. So when he finished, it was at 1.4 behind the leader or something. I've got no idea what the AI was set at. We can take a quick look. So the AI was set at 103. Between 103 and 105 is normally where I run it in RaceRoom. Everything on realistic, damage, get real. That's a brilliant name, get real. Right, I think we're going to have to pick another track and see. If there's anyone watching in the chat, I do have a chat window, but for some reason it doesn't want to stay on top of RaceRoom, despite it told to do so. Apologies, I won't be while I'm in the race. Right, let's try another track. Stick with a Swedish theme. I'm not a big fan of Karlskoga. Can't seem to get to grips with it at all. I think it suits really slower cars, to be honest with you. But Knutstorp and Mantorp are absolutely fabulous tracks. Give Mantorp Park a try first. Knutstorp is a total roller coaster of a track. It's brilliant fun. Quite hard to get to grips with. Some really slow corners in it. But we can give Mantorp a try. Circuit. Now again, like Anderstorp we're just on, the main straightaway in this track seems like it used to be airstrip, I'm guessing. They're just so wide and so long and straight that I don't think they could really be anything else. I think at Mantorp they also use Main Street just as a drag strip as well. So we'll keep the settings as before. Qualifying off. Our grid position. Last. No pit stop. Cut track is a slow down. One race. 5-minute practice. I think it's fair. Give us a couple of laps just to kind of sight our way around. I do know my way around both these tracks, so although it has been quite a few months before since I've actually raced at them. I'm going to let this load up and then I'm just going to back and we'll jump into the race.
I need to hold the corner and then slow wind it. One time it. I need to hold the corner and then slow wind it. One time it. Cause girl you're not nice, you're rude. Want me to feel like I'm new. Want me to watch you do you. Young girl you look so like you're not nice, you're rude. Look what you're putting me through. I never do this to you.
Right, we are back. Second of tonight's 3 races. Didn't tell you there was going to be 3 races though, but I think there is. So we've been to Anderstorp, and I think now we can get on track at... Now, which one did I pick next? I think it was... Yeah, okay, let's have a quick look. So, Mantorp Park in Sweden. See the track there. This is a fantastic track, especially in this car. Just so many corners you can just put the hammer down and just let it drift round. It's really nice. I think this is the first Swedish track that I drove in RaceRoom, so it's the one I've probably got the most practice on, most laps round. So let's just drop our fuel. 5 lap race as before. Laps make much difference. Okay. Really like their narrow pit exits here in Sweden. The last one at Anderstorp was just ridiculous. With that little chicane there, brings you onto the main straightaway. You can see the lights either side, timing lights for the drag strip that runs here. Easy braking zone to get wrong here. I don't know if they've updated the track textures in RaceRoom, part of the update, but this seems to look so much better. Honestly, they've done an absolute bang up job with this update. And with the guys at Race Department running races in RaceRoom, really see me getting back into this in a big way. Oh. Those two what look like tyre barriers either side of the chicane there are not hay bales like the ones in Rallycross in iRacing. Those I think are actually filled with concrete. I mean, they don't move at all. I mean, they will absolutely kill you. They mess up the braking zone. Things as well, the last time I drove this track was for the triple screen support, so everything does slightly look a little bit different. Better different, but corners not seem to have the same look and feel. I'm just messing about now. Really the fastest way through the corners, but oh man, it's so much fun in this car. fans watches or watching this video, if you've never tried out RaceRoom, I really do recommend it. I mean, it is free to play some of the content and then you pay for the rest. Now compared to other systems that compared to some other systems that you would pay for content, I mean, it's an absolute bargain for what you get. If you're into old DTM cars, old touring cars and German DTM cars, a lot of open wheelers in it as well, then you'll love it. Touring cars, this kind of stuff, Group 5, you know, the Zach Speed Capri, I mean, it's hashtag turbo lag simulator, but absolutely amazing fun once you get into them. I believe Race Department are running some races in the Group 5s as well, so give that a try, but absolute monsters to drive. So, Mr. Pettersson is in P1. We didn't actually set a time because we were dicking about too much. Anyway, straight into the race, let's see what we can do. To try and drive a little bit more sensibly in the race. Starting from last again, quick run through the grid. Hang on a minute. Thought Mr. Pettersson was in P1. Anyway, he's actually in P4 in the Volvo. Expect no less. So, we have another Nissan on P1. BMW, Volvos, all the way back in, unlucky for some, P13, the Nissan Skyline. Here we go. Lights on. Let's get a better start than last race. Not kill the gearbox again. All quite bunched up going through the first couple of turns. Whoa! Try and get a run through here. Oops. Slow down. Wasn't much else place to go. Move your Volvo out of the way as he taps me in the arse, hard on the brakes, down to first gear. Another first gear corner. Bash it. Oh, that's messed that up. Big style. Plenty of time left, plenty of time. The GTR really comes alive. The pace of this thing is unbelievable. Brake hard, oh, bit of a lock up. Just waiting for us to go up the inside there. good run out of that corner. Thanks very much, Mr. BMW. Try and brake a little bit earlier for this corner. Get it in, get it sideways. Possible to stay in second through that chicane there. I think first gives you a little bit better drive. Slide it into P3 nicely. Oh! Giving the BMW a little nudge there. Oh, as we run a little bit wide in the exit. BMW cannot match us in the straight, but they're pretty good through the corners, I have to admit. Oh, as he tries to come back at us. Oh, smashes us into the other Skyline. Whoa! Driving way wide. Slow down. Come on. That's that done. One more lap after this. We're probably done with turning the AI up a little bit, to be honest. Oh. Seriously, if you've never driven this car in this game, you're really missing out. If you've got nothing in front of you through that chicane and you can carry a little bit more speed, then the second gear works fine, but if you're in traffic and you've got cars in front of you, then you really do need to go down to first. That's P1. It could not live with Godzilla. And I've really missed this game. A lot. Mr. Pettersson and his Volvo couldn't hang with us. Scotsman in a Nissan is unstoppable though. That's enough of that. That is our podium. Right, next track. Any other Swedish tracks? Ah, Falkenberg, which I don't actually own. But now we have the triple support. Might have to get that. Same with Imola, it's come out since my break in driving RaceRoom. But continuing the Swedish theme, I think it's only fair that we give Knutstorp only the single layout here. Give this a little bit of a blast. Let's make it 3 races, 3 podiums. What did we get? 3rd in the first race on the track that we didn't know our way around. 1st on a track that we really know well. This track, I can't say I don't know it, but not a track that I claim to be an expert in. I think I've ran a touring car race round here, and that's it. Right, it's tunes. Right, let's run a couple of practice laps. Drop the fuel. Do it. If anyone's driven Mid-Ohio in iRacing or any other sim that has that track, then this track, I guess, probably a good comparison, just because the ups and downs. It's got that one there is good for getting the car on 2 wheels. That corner there is good for running wide. That corner there is good for practicing first gear. This little last bit of the track is pretty good fun. As he says as he gets smashed by a BMW. Yeah, this little kind of roller coaster section here. Ooh. It's really slow. It's a lot slower than what you would try and take it at when you first drive it, but it has to be taken slow. Then try and get a good exit out. I'm getting about a frame rate drop here, to be honest with you. It's drivable. Over-egged that. Don't know if the car was damaged from that shunt, but hopefully we'll have time to get out and round. Over the crest of the hill there, it's quite slow. These slow corners are so much easier to drive with the proper triple support. I mean, honestly, these were horrific the drive when the image was just stretched across all the screens. He is to keep it tight round here, and here up the bump, and then get on it onto the start finish straight. Easier said than done. Yeah. That's out braking myself as well. We'll figure it out. I think the car I drove around here was the Polestar Volvo from the touring car pack. You know, the front wheel drive one with like 400 horsepower or something. Absolute ludicrous car. Whoever thought it was a good idea to put that much power through the front wheels of a Volvo is mental. Probably Swedish. Whoa! Like driving a boat through there. Yes, I know. I just want to put the foot down everywhere in this car. The four-wheel drive slide kicking in. Not the best when you're actually trying to set a lap time. Honestly, try to drive around this first gear right-hander like looking through someone else's glasses. You could kind of make out rough objects, but didn't have a bloody clue what was going on. Is that a valid lap? Oh yeah, P6. Is that 1.2 off of first place? That's fine. We'll take that. First time round this track with this car. Okay. Fuel. 6 laps. Everything else. Oh. There is the grid. We have the Japanese driver Miyachai driving the BMW. We have no... Where's the Finnish driver? Finnish driver in P7. We have... hang on a minute. We have no Swedish drivers on the grid. Wow. Okay. Let's do it. Lights are on. Get a good start, it's a good start. Better to let the AI get away anyway. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. Not a great overtaking track, I have to admit, so a podium's going to be pushing it. Come on, this ain't a car park. downhill braking zone here. You got to brake right at the top of that crest, then try and keep it tight, because if you run wide there, it totally messes up your line into this last roller coaster section. Wow. Oh, he's coming back on the inside. Don't know if you can overtake through here. Looks like you can. The grunt of the mighty Godzilla. Too good. Ever since I rolled the Polestar Volvo coming over the top of that crest, I've always been a little bit too scared to take it too fast. If you clip the inside, it just cars up on two wheels. Looks impressive, not good in a race. On P4 we're only up to 7th place. Slow progress. Go around the outside of the Skyline, can't make it stick. Up the inside. Oh, it gives us a bit of a nudge. Where is he? Oh, he's on the gravel. Really need to have the more laps round here in order to really make progress, I think. BMW leaves the door open a little bit. Oh, oh, fighting back. Whoa, massive tap right in the arse. Well, the podium's off this time round. Ah, P5 is all we could imagine. Really fun little track though. But not one that's great for passing. It's quite wide in places, but the problem is the places where it's wide, it's kind of on a corner, so you're not really in a position to be trying to make the pass. But 2.5 seconds off of P1. yeah, that was fun. Bit more difficult to drive in the Nissan than what it was in the touring car. Perhaps next time we'll try a longer race at my favourite car track combination in RaceRoom, which is the R32 at Bathurst, which is absolutely wicked fun. Of course, Bathurst is the track that made the GTR famous, and it's a track that plays to the strength of the car. The long straights on Bathurst are just made perfectly for the Skyline. So actually, I've made a video previously of Godzilla Tackles the Mountain in my channel on YouTube, but that was recorded before we had the triple screen support. So it'd be nice to rerun my favourite car track race now that we've got the awesome triple screen setup here. So like I say, if you enjoyed the video, please follow me on Twitch, please subscribe to me on YouTube. YouTube link is sitting there in the chat. Your support would be much appreciated. Again, if there's any comments, if there's anything you'd like to see, any particular cars or track combinations, give me a shout. I'm happy to take requests in that. I do have iRacing, I do have Assetto Corsa, I do have Automobilista, I do have RaceRoom Racing Experience, obviously. I do have Dirt Rally, which I've not played a lot of, and I also have recently installed Wreckfest, purely because, one, I've wanted it for a little while, two, it was on sale, and three, Race Department are going to start running races there, or not races I should say, events. Looks like it would be good fun. I've jumped into it quickly before, had issues with my steering wheel pedals not recognising pedals for some reason. Run a Thrustmaster T300RS with Fanatic CSL Elite load cell pedals, so my pedals and my wheel aren't connected to each other. They're both USB into the PC. I may have to use something like VJoy and then set up a virtual controller so that it can see all the inputs through a single device, which will be a little bit of a pain, but anyway, that should be fun. So yeah, if there's anything that you'd like to see, just drop it in the comments and we'll see what we can do. Not going to be on for the rest of the week now. The next live stream event is going to be on Sunday, the 17th of December. We're driving the Skip Barber in iRacing in the Absolute Beginner League Formula Eagle Season 12 finale at Suzuka. So that should be fun. I've missed the last couple of races in the Formula Eagle, so I'm looking forward to this one. The rest of the AM Racing team, or majority of them, should be in for that race as well. And so we'll have not just myself talking to myself, but we'll have some other guys in the TeamSpeak chat. So it should make the stream a little bit more interesting to listen to, rather than just me boring myself to death. Anyway, like I say, follow, subscribe, support's appreciated. Thanks for watching these few races. Check out RaceRoom if you haven't already, and I can highly recommend it. Triple Screen support is awesome. I'll try and post a link to the Sector 3 guide on setting up the triple screens in the comments or in the description below, and YouTube after the stream. And I will also post my launch settings that I have for my setup, so you can maybe, if you've got the same size monitors as me, it'll work for you. but you can also then see the format of it. Just on that note, I do run with 3 27-inch Acer monitors, so if you run triple 27s, the settings will probably work for you. I'm about 60 centimeters from the front screen, and both the side monitors are roughly a 45-degree angle to the main one, so if that matches your setup, then you're good to go. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.